Welcome, fact finders, to G Fun Facts Online. Today, we're diving into a super cool topic, literally. As our planet heats up, how we keep our buildings and goods chilled is getting a massive makeover. We're talking about a future where staying cool doesn't cost the Earth. This isn't just about fighting climate change. It's about unlocking an incredible $8 trillion market by 2050, especially for developing nations. So, grab your mental ice packs because we're about to explore the future of sustainable cooling. First up, let's talk about cooling from the ground up with something called passive design. Imagine buildings so smart they work with nature to beat the heat. It's all about clever architecture and materials that minimize heat gain and maximize natural heat loss, slashing the need for those energy-guzzling AC units. So, what are these genius passive strategies? Think about building orientation and form. It's like positioning your beach umbrella perfectly, aligning buildings to catch prevailing winds and dodge the harshest sun. Elongated, narrow buildings facing north or south can also be champs at natural light and ventilation. Then there's solar shading. This is like giving your building stylish sunglasses. Overhangs, louvers, awnings, or even strategically planted trees can block out that scorching sun. Natural ventilation is another big one. Designing buildings with windows and vents to create cross-ventilation, that's letting the breeze do the cooling for you. Some even use solar chimneys, which are like natural vacuum cleaners for hot air, powered by the sun. Don't forget insulation. Good insulation in roofs, walls, and windows acts like a thermal shield, keeping the heat out when it's hot and warmth in when it's cool. Thermal mass is cool too, literally. Materials like concrete or brick can absorb heat during the day and release it at night, helping keep temperatures stable. Ever heard of cool roofs? Painting roofs white or using reflective materials can bounce sunlight back, significantly reducing heat absorption. And how about green roofs and walls? Planting vegetation on buildings provides insulation, shade, and even evaporative cooling. Plus, they look amazing and help with biodiversity. Finally, there's passive evaporative cooling, an ancient trick using water's cooling effect to lower air temperatures. Simple, yet effective in the right climates. The benefits? Huge! Reduced energy use, lower bills, better air quality, and happier, healthier people. By easing the load on mechanical cooling, passive design directly cuts greenhouse gas emissions. We're seeing incredible innovations too, like the startup Lions campus in Kenya, which mimics termite mounds for natural cooling, or the Net Zero Jhansi Library in India, a masterpiece of passive design. Of course, there are challenges. Passive cooling's success can depend on local climate and urban density. Dense cities with restricted airflow can make it tricky. Initial costs and lack of awareness can also slow things down. But the upsides are too big to ignore. Now, let's switch gears to what's inside those cooling machines. Refrigerants. Traditional ones, like HFCs, are super potent greenhouse gases. That's why the world is phasing them out, thanks to agreements like the Kigali Amendment. The mission? Find next-generation refrigerants that are kind to our planet. Meet the contenders: HFOs and natural refrigerants. HFOs, or hydrofluorolefins, are synthetic champs with drastically lower global warming potential. Some, like R-1234YF, have a GWP of less than 1. They're often mildly flammable but generally safe, and can even work with existing equipment designs. You might already find them in your car's AC. Then we have natural refrigerants. These are substances found in nature. Carbon dioxide, or CO2, has a tiny GWP of 1 and isn't flammable. It's great for commercial refrigeration, though it needs high-pressure systems. Ammonia is another star with 0 GWP and ODP, super efficient for big industrial systems. But it's toxic and flammable in certain conditions, so safety is key. Fun fact: even though it's natural, refrigerant-grade ammonia is industrially produced. Lastly, hydrocarbons like propane and isobutane. They have very low GWPs and are excellent coolants common in home fridges. Their main catch: they're highly flammable, so designs need to be extra careful. Transitioning isn't always cheap up front, but the long-term savings on energy can be massive. Plus, regulations are making old refrigerants pricier, pushing everyone towards greener options. China, for instance, capped refrigerant production in 2024, causing HFC prices to jump. The global market for these low GWP refrigerants is booming, expected to hit nearly $75 billion by 2030. For developing countries, this shift could mean saving consumers $5.6 trillion in electricity bills by 2050. Talk about a cool investment. Safety and performance are key, of course. There's no one-size-fits-all refrigerant. It's always a trade-off between warming potential, efficiency, safety, and cost. So what's the ultimate cool future? It's about synergy. Imagine passive design as your first line of defense, drastically cutting the heat load. Then, when you do need that extra chill, you use advanced cooling systems powered by these next-gen, low-impact refrigerants. This dream team slashes energy use and emissions, makes buildings more resilient, and keeps us comfortable and healthy. Add in smart building tech like AI-powered cooling, and you've got maximum efficiency. The road ahead has some bumps. Upfront costs, the need for more awareness and skilled technicians, and stronger policies. But the opportunities are incredible. We're talking long-term economic wins, better public health, and a healthier planet. Initiatives like the Global Cooling Pledge, aiming to cut cooling emissions by at least 68% by 2050, show the world is serious. From ancient wisdom in building design to cutting-edge refrigerant chemistry, the future of cooling is all about working smarter and greener. By blending intelligent passive design with advanced, eco-friendly tech, we can create comfortable spaces for everyone without melting the planet. The economic case is strong, and the environmental need is urgent. That's all for today's episode of G Fun Facts Online. We hope you found this journey into sustainable cooling as fascinating as we did. Stay cool, stay curious, and don't forget to subscribe for more fun facts. Catch you next time.